This damn thing that holds my camera is screwing up. About to fire it. Throw it in the bag of dog shit that I cleaned up out of my yard. Anyway, hey guys, how you guys doing tonight? You know me, I'm just out doing my thing. Um, Want to give a shout out to Nick Newland. Run into him tonight. Haven't seen him in a while. Had about 30-second chance to talk, but I'd like to get it. I'm going to get another chance to talk to him, but anyway, people, these Trump backers, people, I turn on just flipping through, looking for something. I look for more reality TV situations than I do anything else because that don't include the news and usually a bunch of sex and all this crap, scandally dressed women. I know I must be gay because I don't want to see women running around half naked. Just blows my mind, people. I'm not going into that, but I'm sticking to the subject that I'm doing this on. But anyway, before I so rudely interrupted my own thoughts, where was I at? Uh, oh, yeah, Trump backers. Trump backers and religious, righteous people don't mix. Sorry. Sorry for all you people that think. Sorry, I'm still trying to adjust this thing. I gotta. I'll go. My son brought me over a new phone. He saw my phone. Well, my phone's been messed up for a while that I've been using, and I'm still going to use it for a camera. It's got a hell of a camera on it. But I had a S9 Android phone with Galaxy S9, and I've had it for a while. I've dropped it on my barn floor here, this concrete floor. I don't know how many times, and I used to have one of those covers on it that protected it, but I dropped it in the toilet more than once. So when I dropped it in the toilet, when I had the cover on it, the cover had to go. I run it under hot water for a little while, and then I took them Clorox wipes. We keep them around the house because we got a granddaughter. But I took those Clorox wipes and I wiped it down good with that. And then after it went in the toilet the first time, I never used it near my face again. It was always on speaker or camera or whatever. And which is funny. But I've been carrying that phone for a while, man. Batteries starting to mess up on it. People call me and it don't ring, and uh, it's I don't really get any phone calls anymore anyway, so it doesn't matter if somebody. I mean, the people who love me won't be able to get a hold of me because they want to make sure I'm still walking around. They're all scared to death. I'm gonna drop any minute. If you guys had seen what they had seen with me, you'd think the same thing. But it's funny to me. But they know. They know everything about me. And so my son, uh, they went over. They even took me over with them, and it kind of I get pissed off when I leave. But we went over. He's the one. Like I said, people, I don't have anything in my name but that damn Jeep sitting over here. My phone is not my name. The car I drive for doing what little bit of money I make is not my name. The house is not my name. The bills are not my name. Nothing around here is in my name. Now I'm on the lease. I'm on the lease. But nothing else is in my name. I don't have any bill. I don't have banking accounts. I don't have credit cards. I don't have none of this shit. And so my son basically a few years back, because when he was in the Marines, before he went off into the Marines, we gave him a phone. And we said, no, we want to pay for it because we want to know if we want to call you, we won't be able to call you. So, and we paid for it through while he was in the Marines and stuff. He's probably got us caught up now where he's paid for it. But he's the only one that can do anything with these accounts. And so they were telling me, hell, we've done had our phones paid off. They've been paid off for a long time. And he started wanting a new phone. That's what it was. It wasn't affect my phone. I mean, my screen, I'll show you when I get a chance. It's inside the house because I downloaded a video to my other channel on it from the garage or from the barn, and it's too far away from the house, so I had to put it in the house to finish the download. But he showed up, handed me this doggone phone. That's and like I said before, I had the Galaxy S9. That's my old phone. This one's the S21 Plus. It's like a laptop computer to me. But I can see it better. That's one thing. I can see like text and shit. I'm still guessing it what I'm hitting though. Now I need some glasses. I need some glasses, and we're working on that. But this phone's supposed to be able to do a bunch of more shit that I'll never do. Because I only use it for a few things, and everything else on it is a waste of my phone. I don't play games on it. I don't do none of that shit. I do YouTube, I do phone calls, and I do text. That's it. No Facebook. They've taken down. I had, like I said before, I had 7 Facebook pages at one time, a MySpace page. I don't know how many emails they took down, email addresses they basically took from me that I can no longer get into. But I don't have none of that shit no more. So my phone's basically YouTube, camera, phone, and text. That's it. That's all I do with it. But this is a lot nicer phone, and I've got to get used to it. It's supposedly got a better camera on it, but this one where we're doing it like this isn't impressing me much. But anyway, I want to talk about where Trump backers and righteous people are being mixed in together. It's not possible. Because if you was a Trump backer, then you have no knowledge. Because Trump was definitely not ordained by God. Now, believe me, folks, believe me, I know the churches claim that because I have family members, preachers in a church that made that claim. And now I guess this is the thing. This is what they were saying on CNN when I caught this. And man, I spend about 10 minutes a month watching CNN. But I just happened to kick it up. And it was the conversation going on. They had this Islamic, Middle Eastern guy, Indian or Middle Eastern, one of the two. Might even be the same thing. I don't know. I'm not a genius, people. But he looked like somebody from India. I mean, he's talking. I didn't hear what the question was, but he's talking, and I start listening. And he's saying how that these Trump backers, now that they have realized that Trump isn't their savior, that they are now have lost all hope, and they are focusing on this is a battle between good and evil, a spiritual battle, because they've lost all hope. They think there's nothing else left. People, let me tell you something, especially you clowns on CNN. They couldn't be more right, but they aren't righteous people, or they wouldn't have been following Q and Trump in the first place. But what CNN is saying now, they've lost all hope, so they think it's just a battle between good and evil, Satan and God, and this has basically become a mental problem now. And with them losing all hope, they have nothing left to grasp at. Well, I can say this. I truly believe CNN is speaking the truth. Because a lot of Trump backers, and even Trump himself, claims to be a Christian. Although his daughter's a Jew, his own flesh and blood daughter is a Jewish person. Jewish religious person. Her own husband is a Jewish religious person. Now, Trump claims to be a Christian. But then you walk into when he even did a video walking through the Oval Office when he was president, showing all these awards he's gotten from the Jewish religion and all this. He wasn't showing nothing he got from the Christian religion. He just showing what he got from the Jewish religion. You can't claim to be Christian and Jewish at the same time, folks. Sorry, it don't work that way. Not right now. It will work that way when God comes, when Jesus returns. Then the Jewish people fully realized they were wrong, and they ask for forgiveness, and they get it. That's the truth, people. The Jewish people today do not believe Jesus Christ was the Messiah. They will believe it one day. It states it in the Bible. They will believe it one day, but today they don't believe it. So that means Trump don't believe in Jesus today. His daughter don't believe in it. His son-in-law doesn't believe in it. And whoever gave him all them Jewish rewards that hung in the Oval Office while he was president don't believe Jesus was the Messiah. They believe the Messiah is still coming 100%, but they don't believe Jesus was the Messiah. Why you think they had him crucified? And people, that's the thing. They had to have him crucified because that was God's will. That was God. That's how God wanted this to work out. So they had to do it. That's why they will be forgiven in the end. They had to do it, just like Judas had to turn Jesus in for what was it, 30 gold pieces or something. He had to do it. He hung himself even after it. If he would realize Jesus told him he was going to do it, he had to do it. It was God's will. So, but he hung himself. That was probably what got him sent to hell. Not the fact that he turned Jesus in, because that was God's will. But the fact that he hung himself probably got him sent to hell. I'm not going to say it did. I don't know. Because I don't know what happened before he hung his. But I don't even know that he hung himself. But that's a story we're told. But I'm not there. That's not my job to judge him. But I'm just saying, everybody, Judas is, oh, he turned on Jesus. He had to. He had to. He had no choice. It was God's will. It's what Jesus told him he was going to do it before he did it. It was God's will. People, I'm telling you, I voted maybe twice in my life. Once just because I was old enough to do it, and then I voted for Donald Trump. I didn't vote because I thought he was going to save our lives. I voted for Donald Trump because I thought he was just stupid enough to throw a wrench into the spokes and just screw everything up for 4 years so they couldn't get nothing accomplished. That's what I voted for him for. We don't need nothing else to be accomplished in Washington, D.C. They've done enough. People, Trump said he liked the red flag laws. Take their guns first and worry about, what do they call that? Worry about the law later. I can't remember the name of it. He wasn't put there to save you people. He was put there to rub you on the bellies, just like I put in many videos. All Trump did, let me start this off. I knew a guy when I lived in Florida. He was called the Critter Getter. You had problems with animals on your property or whatever, you called him to go get them. And he would. Now in Florida, he dealt with a lot of alligators. They weren't real big all the time or nothing, but he dealt with a lot of alligators getting in people's yards, pools, especially pools, and just getting in people's yards and shit, eating people's dogs. But they would call him, and he would go out there and he'd get them and take them somewhere else and turn them loose. And this guy told me he could flip a gator over on his belly without ever clamping down his mouth or doing any of that shit. He told me, man, they do all that shit for show. He goes, I can flip a gator over on his belly and start rubbing his belly and he'll go to sleep. I said, Little shit. And if you can, I wouldn't do what. Who the hell told you to do that? You know. But he did it. He called me up, said, Gator, go over here and get it. He goes, I'm going to show you. You go with me, all right? I said, all right, let's go. I met him over there. We went back there, and it wasn't a big gator, probably 6 foot long from tail to nose. The whole length of his tail to nose. He was only about 6 or 8 foot long, somewhere around there. It wasn't a big gator. But he goes, now come here, I'm going to show you. And he goes, just watch me for a minute. And he come around behind that damn thing, and somehow he grabbed that damn gator by the tail, and it's kind of, the tail's kind of squared off a little bit, I guess. I don't know. But the way he grabbed it, he flipped that sucker right over on his back. And that damn gator laying on his back, his bottom jaw don't open up, his top jaw opens up. So if he's laying on his back, his mouth can only come towards the ground, you know. And he starts rubbing that damn gator on, that gator on his damn belly. And that gator just stops moving. He goes, he's asleep, man. I'm going, what? He goes, come over here. You can touch him. He's asleep. And I freaked out. That gator was asleep just because he flipped him over and rubbed him on the belly. Now, that's what I'm telling you all Trump was. Trump was put in place to take all these veterans that swore an oath that they never kept. All these so-called patriots like your 3%ers and all these militias that have been together from, I've known them all. None of them stepped up. Trump did this. He put all these guys down on their backs. These guys, man, there was a guy a few years ago when Obama was in office. He was training cops, military. He was ex-military. He had a facility. He might still have it. I don't see it online like I used to. But he had a facility that was just huge, and he trained officers and SWAT and all these guys. He had buildings set up for doing building shit and all this shit. And when Obama started talking about taking guns, this man stood up. I wish I could remember his name. But he stood up and he said, if one more politician talks about taking guns, he goes, I'm going to bring about 10,000 men that I've trained. And we're going to start killing people. Now, that's what this man said. And it was about 3 months later, he come back and saying, well, we're not to that point now, and I apologize for going this far, and this and that and this and that, and then we never saw him on YouTube again. So his 10,000 men he claimed he could drag up and start killing people never came. That was just another one of them veterans that brag that they took an oath to protect that Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and they never done it. This one I thought was going to give it one hell of a shot, but he pussied right out when those federal agents rolled in on his ass. You don't fucking tell people you're going to put together a 10,000 man army that you've trained with a facility like this guy had and start killing people and think nobody's going to come down on you. This is how stupid this guy was. But he did do it. I got to give him that. Well, I don't know if he might be in jail today. I don't know. But he certainly didn't do what he said he was going to do. But, and I'm sure he was a Trump bagger. Again, folks, CNN's trying to mix Trump backers with righteous, God-fearing Jesus following people. They are not those people. If they were, they would not have put their trust, safety, and thought Trump was going to save them. No man is going to save anybody. It never happened before, and it ain't going to happen now. You might have heard some lies. You might believe in Superman and Batman and Robin and She-Woman, what's her name? Wonder Woman, and you might have heard all these stories about these people you see on TV, but they're fake, folks. No man is going to save you. Only one man that ever walked the earth has a chance of saving you. And they sacrificed him and he walked away. He's the only man that ever walked this earth that will save you. All these other clowns, they ain't going to save you. They're going to kill you. And if you don't believe that, especially if you live in the United States of the democracy of America today, down in Georgia, they carved it in stone what their plans are. And nobody has taken it down since the 80s. If you don't think these people put that in stone in, 8 different languages explaining what they're going to do, put your mask back on, get in your car, drive down, get your vaccine, and stack your ass up waiting for what Bill Gates has got for you. Because that's all you got. People, this may get my channel shut down. I only needed one more strike, and I've just named them all. But I don't feel, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing it since 2015 here on YouTube. If I ain't woke you up by now, you ain't gonna wake up. I could be standing on the porch going, the tornado's coming. It's 30 yards off. Get your ass in the basement or die. You'd be standing up there, you wouldn't believe me. You see me run to the basement. You still wouldn't believe me. That's the problem, folks. You guys are believing the wrong people. I have no reason to lie to you. I don't even know you. These people have every reason in the world to lie to you. They're robbing you blind. They've stolen your country. They've taken your Constitution down back in the Civil War. There is no gold in Fort Knox. It's all a joke. They gave that away when they brought the Federal Reserve in 1871. You could probably walk in that place with a baseball bat because there's no reason for anybody to be there other than show. All these churches were taken over in 2015 by Jade Helm, and they're all a bunch of damn liars. If you're going to one of these churches and they're not telling you homosexuality is wrong, abortions are wrong, you're going to burn in hell for this shit. They have preachers that are gay women. They have preachers that are women at all. Then you know that church is not of God, and it does not go by God's word. Those are just a few of the things. And if you people don't get your heads on straight, it says in Revelations that there's going to come a point you knock on Jesus' door and he don't answer. It's too late. You're going to be punished with the rest of them. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see you guys on buses running down that highway to hell. I'd rather pass you walking up the stairway. If you guys don't get your heads on straight, no one in your family is going to survive. None of them. It's up to you guys. I can only do so much. You guys, I appreciate you, the ones that are out there. Always remember, God loves us all. And I love all you too, man. I love you all just like my own kids. Most of you are half my age. You could be my kids. But I love you all. I don't want to see none of you on a bus. Hell, with my lungs and heart problem, I might need you to help me up the stairway, at least till I get up there. You never know. I'd rather have to rebuild the stairway into a highway. That's what I'd rather do. But you guys, if you're not going to listen, you're going to be on that party bus, that last one. There's nothing I can do for you. Only you can do that. So, guys, I love y'all. Have a good night. This is my day. My channel probably won't be up tomorrow, but if you was here, you saw it, and you know why. Have a good night. We'll catch you on the other channel now. Just in case any of you that are listening right now, I got another channel. It's called Fuck All We Four Wheelers. And it's spelled FUKAWEE space the number 4 space and the word Wheelers. That's my backup channel. So if they take this one down, that's where you'll find me. God bless y'all. Or may God bless us all. Have a good night.